evening, YouTube. We are 25 days away from the primary elections. I can already tell you I'm voting for Gozer for governor. So, I didn't go to the Casper debate last night. There's one at the college. However, we're going to recap with the KTWO K26 Wyoming News. So.
Well, we're now just less than a month away until election. That's right, and earlier tonight, candidates for governor had one more chance to let their views be heard at the gubernatorial debate. Here's a recap.
Last night, the debate.
Candidates from the four major parties met at Casper College for their first debate leading up to the election. Some major topics included Common Core standards, legalizing medical marijuana, and the new wolf hunting regulations.
Wolves are predators. They know they'll chew on anything you put out there. Send them back to Canada.
What needs to happen is we need to fix the Endangered Species Act.
Idaho and Montana's plans are still going forward. The question has to be asked, why aren't ours? Sometimes you just have to say no to the federal government.
Another hot topic that was discussed, same-sex marriage in the Cowboy State.
This is a fairly straightforward and civil rights question. You cannot deny one that is offered to anyone else. Marriage is between a man and a woman. That's none of the business of the federal government. I think that is up to the individuals.
The same-sex couple marriage, that's what looks like where the court's going to be going.
But then it came down to clear-cut answers.
Are you in favor of gay marriage in Wyoming? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
No. No.
And one of the last topics on the table, Medicaid expansion.
I won't touch it with a 10-foot pole. The bottom line is to begin rationing health care to those who need it.
We're going to look and see what the best deal available is for Wyoming. See whether we give a thumbs up or thumbs down.
This is a good deal. It's been a good deal for 2 years, and it's time the governor realizes a good deal.
And following the debate, we had an opportunity to meet with the candidates and discuss their views. K2's Matthew Seedorf was there and brings us the post-debate reaction.
With less than 30 days until the election, Wyoming's governor candidates want to make sure the public knows who they are before they head to the polls.
I'm a businessman. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a politician. And I know how to hire and fire people, and I know I'm a good judge of character. So I think people need to recognize I'm perfectly qualified to be governor of the state of Wyoming.
You don't even have to recognize me in public if you don't want to. But when you get in the voting booth, talk to somebody up there and let him help you decide who to vote for. I want to be your guy.
Wyoming's Democratic candidate Pete Gosar was optimistic following the debate, but is still hoping to reach out to more potential voters.
That I'll promise three things. I'll work extremely hard. I'll be honest as I can be. And then I'll sit down and I'll listen. And I think those things are really important, to work very hard, to listen, and to be honest about your opinions.
Although Matt Mead has been Wyoming's governor since 2011, he hopes to learn from experiences and move forward.
Where you see the economic numbers, where you see the savings we've added to the state, where you see the infrastructure we've been able to build across the state, I think we're in a good place. So mistakes happen, but overall, I believe the performance has been good.
In Casper, Matthew Seedorf, K2 News.
All right, that debate just ended. Now we have Pete Gosar, the Democratic candidate for governor, in the studio. How are you feeling tonight?
Well, it's nice to be done with, and you hope you've made a few more votes than you've lost, and it's been a great experience. It was great to be on that stage. What a beautiful venue.
All right, how do you think it went tonight?
I think it went well. There are some differences between the governor and myself and many of the other candidates, and so you try to accentuate the differences. You want people to have an opportunity to compare and contrast, and so that they know the reason that they vote for the person that they vote for it. And I think that there was some differences very evident tonight.
Mm-hmm. And you're not even close to being done with your journey. You're in the hot seat again right here with us tonight. What is next for you, Pete? What's the next move?
Well, the next move is kind of just like the last move. You move and you go to people's doors. I hit those all the time. We call about a dawn to dark, and it's a way to meet people at where they live, and I think maybe a different approach to how that's done traditionally. I ask them, what could you do better in Wyoming?
What are people telling you? What are they telling you that you could do better?
Well, they talk a lot about the leadership of the governor's office, and they say, we haven't seen a strong leader in some time, and at least in the last 4 years. And they say, we have to transition to the future. They feel a sense that Wyoming is slipping behind, and they want somebody to give a vision and say, hey, this can be done. We can be the leader in healthcare. We can be the best in education, but we have to be told how to do it, and then we'll sign on board. And I think that that's very important.
All right, and there's a lot of questions being asked tonight. A lot of you had same answers, a lot of them differed, but what sets you apart from these other candidates?
Well, I think that I'm a person still working for a living, and I think that, 1 of 10 kids, a walk-on who played at UW, you understand how you get big things done. You got to dream big, but then you have to work, and every step, you take little steps, and you keep moving forward. That's always the key, and it's perfect for my campaign because we just have to get better every single day as a campaign, and then I have to get better as a candidate. And those are things we don't lose focus on. We don't get too wrapped up in polling, and we don't spend any time trying to poll test a message. We just try to get better, and there's one poll in November that we're really concerned about, and the rest don't much matter.
Mm-hmm. And obviously, with the way that the state is right now, our unemployment numbers, they're not looking too bad. Our energy production numbers not looking too bad either. So what really about the state needs to change for people at home that are wondering?
Well, I think that as you've walked around as much as I have, there is an unevenness about our economic development. There is some places that aren't doing as well as other folks, as other places. And you really need to spread that around. And when they hear those numbers that the governor rattled off, they're like, well, that's not happening here. And we wish we would see some of that. And so I think that, it's nice to see some of the larger communities do well, but then you have to keep your eye on the smaller communities. And I don't think we've done that well recently.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, we are out of time. People are so glad that you were able to come in and share some of your insight and your views with us. And we will, of course, continue to keep you updated at home on these debates and on this election coverage. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Okay, there you go, YouTube. So I didn't attend the debate last night that happened at Casper College, but I was able to recap a little bit of what was talked about, what was debated during the debate, and they did talk about legalizing medical cannabis. So, so 25 more days till voting and counting. Right now it's like 8:20 at night, so yeah. We're getting a lot closer, and I've talked to people in town, and some people say they support Meade, and some people are saying they're tired of his bullshit. So, I guess it depends on who you're talking to. But if some of the smaller communities in Wyoming aren't doing so well as the bigger communities in Wyoming, then wouldn't it make sense to have a candidate for governor who cares about all of Wyoming, not just the bigger, communities, you know what I'm saying? Well, anyway, yeah, that's recapping with Channel 6 K2 Wyoming News. That is some good coffee, that is. And gay marriage was talked about as well. So there's a lot of topics. The preserving of hunting wolves. I didn't even know that was a thing. But something to think about, So I know I'm voting for Gozer in 25 days. So some of you may not be decided, so you have 25 days to decide. And I would encourage all my young viewers of my YouTube who are in Wyoming, if you're 18 years of age or older, vote, okay? And make a difference with your voice, okay? So, something to think about. I know for a fact, though, that the turnout for voting in Casper is actually quite huge, so that's what's up. Excuse me. shit. I know when it comes to elections and what have you, it's important if you have the opportunity to make your voice be heard. So now I'm going to find out where polling is here in town for that kind of thing and vote. But affordable health care, another thing they talked about. There's like 17,500 low-income Wyoming citizens right now, and maybe growing or declining, that I don't know. But that's a lot of people, and they don't have access to the health care they need. So, something to think about. But I noticed, like Gozar said, he was trying to get young voters out there and all voters of all ages to, you know. And he's not the only one, too. Anyone I talk to, and I get into the politics, if they seem like they're kind of into it, you know, ask them, you know, questions and stuff. And I talked to a lot of people about getting Gozar to become governor for Wyoming and voting for Gozar, so, or Gozar, excuse me. So, yeah, I've been making my voice heard and speaking to people and doing what I can, so. But I got a good feeling, YouTube, that Gozar's going to win the election, you know. I just got a good feeling about that. If you re-elect Matt Mead, you only have yourselves to blame. Because Matt Mead's sitting there saying, oh yeah, we're doing pretty good for the state budget and all that, Then Senator Gozar saying, yeah, but I've walked to these places in Wyoming asking for voters to vote for me and yada, yada, yada. And he's saying there's an uneven balance of it. In some areas of Wyoming, the economy's great. In some areas, it's not so great. So, me personally, I'd like to see Wyoming have a great economy, period, all the way around. No bullshit, no, well, this county has a good economy, and this county doesn't. Get that shit out of here. Okay, that's horse crap. Instead of having one county have a great economy and the other county not doing so well, I'd much rather see Wyoming as a whole state have an awesome economy. So, I can guarantee you, if you want Wyoming to have an awesome economy, you don't want to vote for Matt Mead. You just don't. Because, you know, trust me on this, Wyoming, just trust me on this, please. Okay? You vote for Senator Gozar for governor, you will not regret it. Okay? Because here he's saying he wants to sit down with you, talk to you, and get to know you, and make you feel comfortable voting for him, like most politicians would do. But then you heard what he said, okay, during the news thing. You know, he wants to listen, he wants to get better, he wants to fix the problems, you know, if there is any, you know. So, something to think about. And for those of you who are considering voting, I mean, Matt Mead's been governor of Wyoming since 2011. Holy shit, 12, 13, 14, that's like 3 years, okay? 3 years of governing Wyoming. You know, some people are sick of his shit, some people are going to vote for him again. Again, you're entitled to vote for who you like. It is the awesomeness that is part of living in America. Some areas in the world don't let you choose your leaders or your electives. They just say, here's your leader, don't like it, tough shit, suck it, you know. So, that's one freedom that you shouldn't take for granted. And if you didn't see it on YouTube, some of the Wyoming citizens watching this video right now might have seen that very same news article this morning on the news, because, like I said, the debate happened last night. So, the choice is yours when it comes to voting. But if you didn't make the effort to vote, okay, then that's including all students who go to Natrona County High School and all students who go to Kelly Walsh High School. If you are 18 years of age or older, you're old enough to vote. So go out there and make a difference. I know in NC, when you were a senior in high school, you could leave campus for lunch. So I believe November 4th falls on a Tuesday, so you know, maybe you can leave campus that day for lunch, you know, and go down to the courthouse if that's where they're holding it and vote. Barack Obama talked about changing his campaign. So we've had Matt Mead for 3 years. Maybe it's time for some change. Like I said, I'm voting for Gozer. I don't know who you're voting for in the Wyoming elections there in Wyoming, but I know who I'm voting for. So, yeah. Well, until then, this is KingCobraJFS with another video, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.